Hello NFL fans, welcome to NFL Picks with Dave. Today we're going to talk about the Chargers' future in LA. As many of you know, the LA Chargers, once the San Diego Chargers, left their longtime home of San Diego in 2017 due to stadium issues and moved north to Los Angeles. They moved into StubHub Center, home of the soccer team, the LA Galaxy, while the Chargers' new stadium is being built. This amazing stadium will be the site of a future Super Bowl, the 2028 Summer Olympics, and it will also be the home of the LA Rams. However, things have not been going very well for the Chargers after they moved into LA. They don't have any fans, and as an insult to injury, their stadium has been frequently taken over by opposing fans. Their first season in LA against the Miami Dolphins had fans from both sides divided 50-50. The loudest cheer came after the Chargers missed the game-winning field goal, and someone accidentally sounded the Chargers' signature cannon because of the loud roar. It sounded like a Miami Dolphins home game. The Chargers' most recent home game against the Raiders sounded like they were playing in Oakland. This shows us that the Chargers are not working in Los Angeles. Probably the main reason for this is that the team doesn't really have any history in LA, despite their first season in the NFL being played in the city, while their crosstown rival, the Rams, have a lot of history in LA. Last season, the Chargers had a disappointing season with a record of 5-11, and continued to suffer from the lack of a fan base big time. The most notable game with the opposing fans taking over was last year during a Sunday Night Football game against the Pittsburgh Steelers live from LA. I remember watching the game and laughing my head off because it looked like Heinz Field, the home field for the Steelers, and there were almost no Charger fans to be seen anywhere in the stadium. Whenever the Steelers got a touchdown, the crowd went crazy and waved their terrible towels. The Steelers went on to win that game 24-17. During that game, some stadium staff played Renegade, a song by Styx that plays at every Steelers home game over the PA system, as an attempt to rickroll the Steeler fans. That joke of course failed, because the fans cheered very loudly when the song briefly came on. There's a video of this incident taken by SportsTube. If you have a second, look up Chargers Renegade on YouTube and look for the video taken by SportsTube. In the video, you can hear the beginning of Renegade and see the crowd waving their towels, and then the song changed to "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley. This shows us about how bad this is for the Chargers. Another memorable home game for the Chargers was when they played against the Vikings last year. There was a sea of purple in the stands, and there was defense chants to be heard by the Viking fans whenever the Chargers got the ball. The most humorous part of the game was when the PA announcer encouraged fans to make noise when the Vikings got the ball. "Come on and make some noise!" he shouted. But there was silence in the stadium. If things don't improve for the Chargers at their new stadium, which opens later this year, then they'll probably relocate to a place where there are fans. My candidate cities are London, St. Louis, and San Diego. I think London may be a possibility because they have hosted NFL international games for years, and they currently don't have an official NFL team. However, I think this will be the least likely landing spot on my candidate list, because the Chargers play in one of the Western divisions, and they would have to travel across the pond to play away games. This would cause problems for the team and would tire out the players. My other possible city is St. Louis. St. Louis was once the home of the now LA Rams, and the Rams moved there from Southern California in 1995, performed the greatest show on turf, and won a Super Bowl for the city. The St. Louis Rams played in a dome which was built to lure a team into the city. Sadly, the dome got a little old and outdated, and the Rams eventually moved back to Los Angeles. Why I think St. Louis is a good landing spot is because there are devoted fans there, they have a fixable stadium, and a nice city to play for. If they renovate the dome, the city may be in business to bring the NFL back to St. Louis and possibly lure the Chargers to the city. My last candidate city is San Diego. This was the Chargers' home from 1961 to 2017. The team moved there after one season in LA. Why I think San Diego is a good place for them is because the Chargers have a lot of history there, and they could rebuild their fan base there. However, the biggest drawback to this is San Diego has a very old stadium that's no longer suitable for an NFL team. They could bring the Chargers back if they build a new stadium that's good for an NFL team and that could host other big events like a Super Bowl or an MLS Cup matchup. I would like the Chargers to return to their longtime home, but I think that St. Louis may be a better option because they have a much better stadium that could be renovated into an even better one, and there are already a lot of football fans there. Maybe even more than San Diego. If the Chargers continue to draw opposing fans, then they're most likely doomed for relocation. That does it for today's episode. Thanks for watching! Don't forget to subscribe to get the latest videos and posts I do, and also follow me on Twitter for the latest news about my channel. My account name is @DavidAir2. Where do you think the Chargers may move to? Let me know in the comments. Before I go, I have an announcement. Season 2 of NFL Picks with Dave kicks off this August with me predicting the team's records. The premiere date is still to be determined and is subject to be cancelled or changed due to the pandemic. I'll soon announce the date on Twitter. Thanks again for watching, and remember to practice social distancing and to stay home when you're sick. Thanks for staying safe, and hope to see you in August.